Hi, so Charlie giving you Monday's market commentary, and I hope you're very well. I thought I wanted to do something different this week, and so I just thought I'd put some indicators together, something I don't even use, but let's explore this and see if there's anything that can be done with these. And I appreciate your feedback because I never use Keltner Channels. So as you can see, I've put a chart up with Keltner Channels on. I've put three different variations of Keltner Channels on, so that they create these sort of, if you call them envelopes around the price action, generally speaking. And actually, these have been on these charts for years. I've had telecharts. This is TC2000, and I think you can get telecharts or TC2000 free online. If you just go onto their online site, then you can get it free just for end of day data. I don't think you get live data free. I don't think. But anyway, so I've got the more professional one, which I think is usually about $99 a month. But you don't need to pay for it, and you don't have to have this. But there's plenty of other software that you can use. Having said that, I've got all sorts of old indicators that I've used over the years or played with at some time, and I just pressed F6 on my look. If I press different Fs, you'll see. Look, I've got my standard ones there, and I've got an RSI down here with moving averages, and there's various different. I'm clicking through my F keys for save stuff. Look, I've got some Bollinger Bands there from years ago as well. And then I get to F6, then I think it's F7 then. I found this Keltner Channels. So I thought, okay, let's have a play with this. I've obviously looked at this at some point years ago. Can't remember what I've done with it, but let's just see what we can do with it just during the course of this video update, and appreciate any of your comments. So anyway, so first of all, I need to go through with you the settings. So, and I've forgotten Keltners, so without me checking them, what I've actually got is this is the red one. So you can see the red one here. I can see I've got a shading of 20%, and I've got a period of 30. It's saying here with an ATR multiplier of 4. Okay, so you may need to press pause on this to be able to see all those settings. And then if I go to the yellow one, we've got shading of 20% again, and we've got a period of 30 again, and this time we've got an ATR multiplier of 3.5. So that creates this secondary wide envelope. And then we've got the blue ones, which is again 20% shading, and then we've got a period of 30 again. So they're all period of 30, but this one's got an ATR multiplier of just 2. Okay, so hence why it's that much narrower. So it creates these three levels of Keltners on the charts. So is there anything that we can do with this? What does it mean, and what can we derive from it? Is there any sort of patterns we can look for and everything else? So I literally just had a 2-minute look at this because I wanted to do something different today, and I thought, okay, well, I can see obviously what we're trying to do with Keltner here is they're trying to show where the market should be spending most of its time, i.e. between these envelopes, so to speak. And when it gets down to the red ones, it's probably very drastically oversold, and so on and so forth. So having said that, as we can see, don't just use it and think, oh, okay, every time we come down to the red line, I'll just buy, because as you can see, when a market gets very oversold, it will just stay tracking that red line, as you can see there. So there's got to be more to it than that. So I'm just zooming out, and I think probably what's more interesting, if I zoom out here, is when it's playing between the blues actually. So it comes down to the blue line, goes up a bit, but in the main it's going to try and work. Is it going to be trying to work its way to the other side once it started moving there? Now, don't get me wrong, it can then go, as we can see, it came up to the other side here, just came in a little bit, but then wanted to go to the outer channels there, then finally comes back to the blues again, then goes back up again, and so on and so forth. So is there something you can come up with using these Keltner channels? So I'm going to leave it with you. I haven't got a clue because I don't use them, but I thought it might be something of interest, and I think someone will probably say, oh, Charlie, yeah, I've had a look at this, and here's something you can think about. And it could be that, I don't know what it might be. So we'll see what you guys come up with, some of you, or you may not come up with anything. You'll say that was a pointless video update, Charlie. But if I just scroll this back and see what else we've got going on, and it's just a case of scrolling back through your history to see when we're in an uptrend, is it worth buying if we come down to the lower band area, sort of thing? If we're making higher highs in price action, and then we come counter to that, then that should be therefore a buy zone. Okay, well, let's have a look when we're in a downtrend. When we're in a downtrend, well, we've not been back up to the red lines yet to be a sell zone. But as we can see, and this is the current history of where we currently are, we can see we've been tracking the red and yellow lines there, being very oversold. Then we've come into the lines a bit, but we haven't been up to the blue line yet. But surely when we get back up to either the blue, or if we were to get up to the blue or the yellow and red lines, that should therefore be a sell, because we've been gradually, overall the price action has been such that it's been a downwards trend. So the way we should look at it that way. So I've taken it back as far as I can on the price data. So I'll leave it for you to have a little play with and come up with some ideas around it. So most broker charts probably have Keltner Channels as well, I'm assuming. But other than that, I'm just going to leave that with you today and just having a play with price action and Keltner Channels. And so I don't think there's much for me to talk about as far as the markets, and Kim obviously does market reviews anyway on his separate videos. So I shall leave that with you. Have a little play with the Keltner Channels, see what you can come up with.